Hello! Today I'm going to demo some search tips on how to search within our ebooks to quickly scan the content to know if it's going to work for you in your research. So the two main places to discover ebooks in the TCC library collection is in the Discovery Catalog search, which is it's this large search bar here, and I've got my keywords queued up and ready to go for my search, or under the Find column, the Books link, which that link is just a broken down version of the catalog, already limited to book content, and that includes ebooks. So I'm going to go ahead and do my search, and while that's loading, I want to say that the catalog searches a lot of our databases all at once. And so, for example, I know this first result just by testing before recording this comes from JSTOR, and this second one comes from Ebsco. And if I were to have only searched within Ebsco, I'd be missing out on this JSTOR ebook. So that's one reason why you might want to search the catalog. It's showing you a bunch of options, including DVDs and videos and articles, which you can see on the side here on these limiters. That you wouldn't have gotten otherwise if you had only searched books at first. Granted, you can redo a search within that books link on the website to get to other content. But let's start out with this second result because I know it's an Ebsco ebook result. I could have hit that blue button that you now see in this right-hand corner from the previous results list to be taken directly to the ebook, and it's defaulting, that button is to what is listed in this first, what's listed first in this Access Online box. Sometimes there's only one link, sometimes there's other links because more than one database might offer that content, such as an article or an ebook. So be sure to check this. If one link isn't working for you, we might offer it in another database. Sometimes a database is doing updates or maintenance, or sometimes a link is just broken and we need to fix it. So you might have other options here. We can see that this first result is going to Ebsco, and this second one, which I think these two are really the same link, that they're going to the Internet Archive, which we will also search in a second. So I'm just going to select that default link in the button and be taken to Ebsco. And we're taken to the landing page about the ebook. We can read the description. We can see on the left side what file type we can access this ebook as. Sometimes there's more than one option. This is a PDF. Which means it's pretty accessible if we were to download it. Accessible in the sense where it works with multiple devices, but you do not have to download most of our ebooks in order to access them. You can just read them in your browser. Here we see the table of contents on the left-hand side, and it is hyperlinked and will take you to that section of the book, but I'm going to call this a tab. This search within area here will bring up a search bar where we can quickly scan for a word that we are interested in, maybe a topic that is part of our research topic or a synonym. Notice that there's 83 results, and these are also hyperlinked and will take you to that result. It's also good to note that if I were to have done Russian, I'd get fewer results because Russia is part of the word Russian. So we were probably also getting Russian in that first results list. You'll want to note various spellings of words if using this feature. You know, like the British spelling of color versus the American. It just depends on what that book is using. Also pay attention to pluralizations. If you add an S onto something, you'll only get the mentions of it in the plural, not the singular. So like Russians is going to make it even fewer. So that's a quick way to scan a book for a topic or a subject that you're maybe researching to know if that ebook is going to work for you. And that's an Ebsco result. let's go back to that book. So we're at the same book, but that second link was to the Internet Archive. Sometimes you'll run into a result in the catalog that is only going to have an Internet Archive result. And because I've been searching this earlier, I think it's kind of queued up where I left off. So it usually lands on the cover page like that. But the Internet Archive is a public online library. Anyone can make an account like I have here. I don't think you have to be logged in order to search within. Their search within feature is this spyglass, this search icon. Let's do the same search that we did in the Ebsco version. So it also offers hyperlinked results within that. I do not currently have this book checked out, but I could borrow it for 1 hour because I've got an account. And this account would be separate from the TCC library. So it's just good to know that you have online options for ebooks through the Internet Archive as well, which is why we like to show them within our catalog results. So I'm going to close that out. And we're going to go back to that original catalog search result list. Back to that first one, which I know is a JSTOR result. And how I know that is I looked under Access Online, and so I know it's coming from JSTOR. If I were to select that button, it will take us there. And one thing about JSTOR is within their ebooks, they break down the content, like the chapters, by section. And so you download each specific section. So maybe you read over these chapters and say, let's look at chapter 7, cultural heritage. Maybe that's something related to my topic. So it's also a PDF. And one thing about PDFs is you can highlight the text to see if it's got OCR, ocular character recognition, applied to it, because typically without OCR, it's just an image, and so it cannot be scanned. And by scanned, I mean using the keys on your keyboard. You can do Ctrl F, and a search bar will pop up. You can see my past search from using this earlier, and it's saying that there is 0 out of 2 results highlighted right now. So using the arrows, it will take you to the next result, and so you can see every instance of that word highlighted if the PDF has OCR. You can also do this on HTML pages, so just a typical web page. So let's go back to the JSTOR results, and let's see if Russia was mentioned in any of the short descriptions of these chapters, and chapter 6 was, so maybe that would have helped me choose a chapter quickly of this book to download. But going back to the chapter itself, again, that's using the keyboard with the Ctrl F to bring up this search bar in my browser. And this is a browser feature, so it may look different depending on the browser you are using. But that is one quick way to search within ebook content to know if it's going to work for you.